Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yesterday was a truly ominous day in the history of the Supreme Court. Last night, the leak of what purports to be a draft opinion that was circulated by Justice Alito to the court marks an unprecedented breach of the trust that every justice, every law clerk, every employee of the court owes that institution. Very little in life leaves me speechless. When I saw that news, I was truly flabbergasted. It is impossible to overstate the gravity of the violation. The ethical violation, very potentially the legal violation, the wound to the independence of the court and to the integrity of the court may well be a wound from which the court never fully recovers. The decision of an immoral and unethical individual to leak the court's confidential working documents is the predictable consequence of a multi-year effort by Senate Democrats to politicize and undermine the court. Senate Democrats have systematically tried to turn the court into a mini legislature where 5 unelected lawyers wearing judges decrees the rules for the country regardless of what the voters believe. The chairman of this subcommittee wants to force the names of any individuals behind amicus briefs to be made public, which would enable liberal activist groups to dox them for engaging in the process. The Supreme Court shut down those same tactics in the 1960s when Democrats yet again wanted to harass members of the NAACP who were fighting for equality before the courts. The Supreme Court prevented that. In 2020, Senator Schumer went so far as to threaten 2 justices by name standing in front of the Supreme Court for the potential decisions they might make. He said, quote, "I want to tell you, Gorsuch, I want to tell you, Kavanaugh, you have released the whirlwind and you will pay the price. You won't know what hit you if you go forward with these awful decisions." Naked politicizing of the court. In 2021, left-wing groups announced plans to protest at Justice Kavanaugh's home in a clear effort to intimidate him and to threaten the safety of his family. Groups like Demand Justice, the left-wing group, launched shameful bullying tactics directed at trying to force Justice Breyer to retire and pave the way for a younger, more activist justice. Demand Justice took out ads and even hired a mobile billboard truck to pressure Justice Breyer to retire. And we are seeing an ongoing false character assassination directed at Justice Clarence Thomas by Democrats in both houses of Congress. In my view, Justice Thomas is one of the finest justices ever to serve on the court, which is precisely why this deliberate effort to politicize the court is so dangerous. And I would point out that these left-wing organizations funded by the dark money organizations the chairman of the subcommittee loves to talk about, dark money organizations like Arabella Advisors, left-wing groups that fund millions into putting leftists on courts, including funding Demand Justice. Well, the executive director of Demand Justice, a former staffer to Chuck Schumer, tweeted last night, quote, "SCOTUS leaks are good. Elite lawyers on both the left and right treating the court as precious all these years have just been giving cover to an institution that is wholly unaccountable. Rip the veil off." Another left-wing activist, an individual named Ian Millhiser, on Twitter said, quote, "Seriously, shout out to whoever the hero was within the Supreme Court who said, F it," and by the way, he didn't abbreviate it, "let's burn this place down." Mr. Dupree, you have had a career litigating in front of the courts of appeals in the Supreme Court. What are the consequences for the court, for the independence of the judiciary, for the integrity of the judiciary, for the ability of the court to decide cases if an initial draft of an opinion can be leaked to the public and if political lobbying and pressure is brought to bear on how the court decides the cases?
Senator, the consequences would be devastating. And to your point, I do fear for the future integrity of the court in the wake of this stunning action that happened last night. As you know, the framers created the Supreme Court as a deliberative body, and a key element of those deliberations and the exercise of their judicial authority is the concept that deliberations are conducted behind closed doors, in secret, so there can be an exchange of views, debate over the law, draft opinions circulated. And when you see that process dynamited, to the quote that you read, burning this place down, it is a dagger at the heart of the Supreme Court's Article III power to decide cases or controversies. If justices circulate draft opinions with the knowledge that if there is one disaffected person in that building who has access to that opinion, that draft opinion will be on the front page of the New York Times in the morning, devastating to the Supreme Court's ability to do its job under our Constitution.
Thank you.
I